7 o'clock. The regular Armada Village Council meeting will now come to order for June 22nd. Will all rise for the pledge to the flag, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Clerk will now call roll, please.
Clark?
Here.
Conan?
Here.
Bullock?
Here.
Ballard?
Here.
Cooper? Here. I'm not going to call our newest members tonight because they're going to be sworn in under presentations, so.
Make sure you're not here yet.
We can see them here.
We'll go to the approval of the agenda. What is the council's wishes, please?
Mr. President, I'll move that the agenda be accepted as presented.
Moved by Mr. Ballard. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Councilman Clark.
Yes.
Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. At this time, floor is open up for citizens' comment. Anybody would like to address the
Not yet.
council this time?
He's chomping at the bit. You're an agenda.
So there's no other citizens in the audience? We will move on to presentations. This will be swearing in of our new council members. So we have Sam Balke, and we also have Mr. Michael Shaw. We are going to have presidential commission appointments later on the agenda. So at this time, Clerk will swear in our new members, please.
Okay, would you stand? Raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties
and I will faithfully perform the duties
of the office of trustee
of the office of trustee
in and for the village of Armada,
and for the village of Armada,
county of Macomb,
county of Macomb,
and state of Michigan,
state of Michigan,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Okay, you're all sworn in, so now we are
Welcome.
legal members, so you will be able to vote on everything else. And I will have you sign these after the meeting.
Now we all are legal.
Yep, can't run away now.
Yeah. No, Sam, take that out of your mind.
Yeah. It's all good.
Okay. Administrative reports. We have 3 months of reports from F&B. If you have any questions, maybe one of us or something we might be able to answer a little bit. I haven't had any conversation with Chuck at all on this.
I haven't. These I just saw the other day.
Yeah.
I've stopped in there a couple of times here in the last month, and there's just one thing that I noticed. I wish he was here tonight. In the March one, they did have a fire inspection, and all in all, it looked really good, but there was just 1 or 2 questionable things. I just wanted to get with them and make sure they got handled. So I will do that within the next couple of days. I'll stop in down there and make sure things have gotten done.
Very good, Steve. Thank you. Next is anything from the treasurer other than what's been presented in the packet? No. Okay.
Do they always send a monthly?
They're supposed to send a monthly.
Yeah.
They've been behind, and so the thing is, that we did request that they come up to date on this stuff. So we did talk to one of the supervisors, and he's been sitting in on one of our meetings that we've had with the new projects, that we are working with, and with the sewer itself. So he is, ever since I talked to him, he's been at our meetings. So that will be covered, in other words. And so we did request that it do not pass up again.
One thing I would like to bring up too, Mark, is for the new members and any of the other members, feel free to drop in down there. Just because I'm sewer commissioner doesn't mean you can't stop in and just see how things look and, to talk to the operators. So feel free to do that.
And probably if you'd like to go with Steve, he would be happy to really take you guys down or go with you too, maybe.
It's an interesting tool.
It is, I was just gonna say that you should do it.
I would like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same thing with the water plant.
Yeah, that is.
See the water plant, we'll stop in and show us around, or Dave, and so you can see how things work.
I think they did that when Mike and I were new. They took us for tours.
It's a good idea.
It was great.
Yeah, well, with that new treatment plant that we had in here a few years ago, it was interesting at the start then, and I still think it is today, so you'll be impressed, I believe, with it. And actually, if some of our residents too, I know even myself, I had trouble with my water softener. I found that the water softener was probably good, but taking this water softener off, I also found, because Ed did state this, that, you probably don't need a softener.
We took ours off.
I haven't used mine in
With
years.
the conditioning that this, plant does do. So it is, it has been worked, and it's been a good plant.
It removes quite a bit of the iron out, and the arsenic is attracted to the iron. The whole reason we had to do it is because the federal government changed what was allowed, parts per million, and we had to have that done. So.
We're going to go to the general business.
Mr. President?
Oh, I
do have
forgot.
this.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Well, we're going to have a project progress meeting tomorrow at 10 o'clock on Main Street. And so we'll have a full report for that for the next meeting. We have had our first little glitch, of course, and that is the tube. There is a culvert, I want to say, runs under the road out by St. Mary's that flows across to the north side. And we did get the quotes for it. And this is just the contractor quote. This does not take into consideration that it has been submitted to MDOT. It will be submitted to MDOT tomorrow, according to Kristen Olson. And of course, our 80-20 split will be cashed out from there. But the total cost of replacing that culvert is $14,008. So that's not too bad, considering that we're going to be paying approximately 20% of it. And there will be a share of that to the township, because half that road over there is the township, etc. So we're going to be looking at that, and we'll have a report when that gets opened back.
Did you talk to anybody with township on this?
No, not yet. But Kristen said she will have all the figures broke out for us and submit them to us. And then
We
we'll
probably
be-
should get approval from MDOT first to make sure that they do.
Exactly. So
80-20 on it.
that's where we stand on it. It will be submitted to MDOT tomorrow, and then we'll get their answer back. So
Yeah.
we're
Well,
going
Krista talked to me,
to
she didn't seem like there was going to be a
No,
problem with
right.
it, but
That's what she said.
you
But
never know.
you never know. So let's wait until MDOT gets their approval back.
I did invite anybody from the town. I talked to the clerk of the township and told her about the meeting tomorrow, suggested that somebody
Okay.
from the
That's a good
township
idea.
be there.
Yeah.
I know she said that she could not. She put out an email hoping that somebody could come. So I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't heard back, but even Sam, if you're available, probably would hurt to be there. It's nice to have township
Yeah,
representation.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
she was hoping the treasurer could come, but
Let's
So,
hope.
I certainly want
like I said, I put it out to Mary, and I know that she sent an email out to her board. She was hoping that Al could make it, but I don't know. I haven't heard back yet.
Also, Mr. Ballard is going to be there, and I think Joe, our treasurer, is going to be there. I will not be able to be there due to bereavement.
Steve's going to be there.
So we'll try and make it.
Okay, great. If there's anyone else, there can be one more, because we cannot have a quorum, okay? So if anybody else is opening, actually, you might say, put one more person to attend if you want to. So and that'll be at
It's tomorrow, 10 o'clock.
10 a.m. tomorrow.
10 a.m. up here.
So if you're available, we'll let
And that's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Bell, I appreciate it. Next, we will go then to the consent agenda. Correct.
Yeah.
Approval of the regular council meeting minutes of June 8th. And also the payment of bills. What is the council's wishes?
Mr. President, I'll move the consent agenda be accepted as presented.
Been moved, and is there support? Support by Mr. Cohen. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. There is no old business tonight. We will go now to the new business, which is the smart funds distribution. Michelle, it's your agenda item.
Well, every year, I'm going to probably turn it over to Jeff there. Every year, the municipal and community credits come from SMART, and we are awarded a total of about $3,454. Yeah, $3,454. And every year we give them to the SMART or to Richmond Lennox, or to SMART, who we have this one to, directly Richmond Lennox. So they can be distributed and used for the smart busing system that comes through the village and the township and picks up our elderly people to take them wherever they may need to go. So we've discussed before, there's really no other place that can use them. We've talked to our fire department, they can't use them because it's for the smart bus system. And it's managed out of Richmond for our area. So if there's anything you want to add, Jeff, that's fine.
No, I always bring just a reminder of the hours that it operates, and since you do have a couple, new board members, although they might be familiar a little bit with the service, they just want to take one of those.
Sure.
Pass them around. That just has the hours that we operate. We operate basically Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then Saturdays from 9 until 3. I think the second page in there should be just kind of a list of your rider totals for Armada here. It just runs it down. We have one month we have a little data glitch. In all honesty, with the computer, I indicated that in there, and then I indicated this last month we had 293 riders. But that month we had an egress going on here in the community, which is found by local churches, and we move a number of people, down to 23 Mile Road and Gratiot every day. So that month always inflates your, inflates your numbers. So that's I always put that in there so you know why it looks so high for that month.
Are the numbers both village and township?
The numbers are both village and township. A number of years ago, when we started this, I think back in 1999. There was a decision made then by SMART and the village and the township when they all sat down and kind of decided how this might work up here with this kind of shared service, if you will. To have the township keeps most all of their dollars. They give us about $1,000 every year. The village gives us all the dollars they receive, which actually that amount is $5,164. There's $3,454 in community credits and $1,710 in municipal credits. Which is what you guys turn over to us. That's okay. That's just they put it in the contract in 2 different places. It's kind of funny to read. And then with the money that the village puts in, we cover both township and village. So you guys are kind of combined. The township then uses their dollars for PAL, I think it is that they use it for getting kids to camp, and for dollars that the senior program might use that. Take the seniors on trips, whether that be to the casino or the zoo or wherever your senior program might take folks. So that's just kind of how they split it up. It just made some sense to do it that way down at SMART from a bookkeeping standpoint, as opposed to you giving us a little bit and them giving us a little bit, and it still came up to $6,000 at the end, if you will.
Well, we used to turn ours over to the township years ago, and then they managed it. They gave to you.
Right.
So we just, between us and Fred Barbara and the township, we just kind of took that out of it, and we just gave ours directly to you rather than the township giving it to you.
And that works out just fine. There's the SMART did not provide the communities any increase this year, so none of us, get an increase this year. We did get a small increase last year, and every so often we have to remind SMART that the cost of things do go up, and when we do, they usually do come up with a little bit more money for us. So but this year it's the same amount as last year.
you get many senior citizens using it for medical appointments?
Oh, yeah, that's the vast majority, except where you saw that note on that about McRest, you know, the vast majority of the use of that vehicle here in Armada and in the village is seniors going to various medical appointments. There are communities that use it a little more for like their senior programs and things like that, like getting people to their senior meetings. I'm not saying we never do that here, but like I say, your community really does use it for the reason that we really got involved in doing it, which is getting people to medical appointments and medical treatment.
What is the council's wishes? We do have a motion also prepared for us. So what is council's wishes?
I'll move to allow the clerk to sign a municipal credit or community credit contract for year 2016 to distribute the municipal credit funds totaling $1,710 and the community credit funds totaling $3,454 directly to Richmond Lennox EMS.
Support.
Support by Bill. Any further discussion? If not, we're going to call roll. Okay, clerk, please.
Clark,
Yes.
Ballard,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Cooper,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Wallach.
Yes. Motion carried.
Thank you all.
Thank you for coming out.
Thanks for
Thank you.
coming, Jeff.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
See you next year.
Good night.
Next, we're going to the ZBA appointments.
I was hoping Joe would talk about this. Go ahead.
All right. First is the resignation of Joey Adair from the Zoning Board of Appeals alternate effective immediately. What is the council's wishes?
Mr. President, I'll resolve to accept the letter of resignation from Joe Adair from the position of Zoning Board of Appeals, alternate, effective immediately.
Support?
Support.
Support by Clark. Any further discussion? If not, in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next one is to appoint Joe Adair to the Zoning Board of Appeals for a term ending December 31st, 2017, subject to the appointees' qualifications set forth in the charter.
I move to comply with the President's recommendation to appoint Joe Adair to the Zoning Board of Appeals to a term ending December 31st, 2017, subject to the appointee meeting the qualifications set forth in Chapter 2 of the Village Charter.
Moved and support
Second.
by Cooper. All in favor, or discussion first, please? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. The next is the President's recommendation to appoint Stella Pedleski as an alternate to the Zoning Board of Appeals. You have that motion in front of you.
Mr. President, I'll resolve to comply with the President's recommendation to appoint Stella Pedleski as the Zoning Board of Appeals alternate to a term ending December 31, 2015, subject to the appointee meeting the qualifications set forth in Chapter 2 of the Village Charter.
Moved. Is there support?
Second.
By Cooper. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
We send a letter out, right?
Yep.
Stella to let
Yes,
them know.
yep. I'm sure she called me after the last meeting.
Oh, did
I told
she?
her, yeah, I told her to
Okay.
call me tomorrow and I'll send her a letter.
Okay.
The next is the vehicle outfitting. This would be Commissioner Cooper's item.
Okay, well, we just received word that the K-9 vehicle is all ready to be picked up. So So I just need the approval. There is all the donation money there available to purchase the outfitting for the vehicle. That way he can take it to go get appraised. I have a picture of it, if anyone would like to see a picture of it. I have it on my phone and I can pass my phone around if you guys want.
If you like, please. I think every one of us would like to see it.
Sorry, I just got it today, so.
Yeah, I was in the office the other day and Dominic was in, and I had a little discussion with him. I said, what about the graphics? Are they gonna be any more bolder than the other car? Because the other
Yeah.
car is kind of
All
stealthy.
blacked out.
He goes, no, and he showed me a picture, I said,
Yeah.
good. I said,
It looks like
I'd
one
like
of
it-
these cars.
people to know,
Yeah.
what we
Oh,
have.
that looks good.
Yeah, it does.
It looks really nice.
Really good.
Good and bright.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's the one the
It
village
just goes along with
owns.
the other police cars too, you know.
So, I'll stay here.
Oh, looks nice.
Mhm.
What's the name of that dog we didn't know?
Atos.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Atos.
Yeah.
So he needs to check to pick up the vehicle, since it is ready. I talked to the company myself and they said it's all ready to go. So with that being, are there any questions for me before I make the motion? Okay, I'd like to approve the invoice from Great Lakes Emergency Products LLC in the amount of $7,285.12. Do I have to say from the donation money or no in the motion?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, we know it's from
We
there.
know it's
so-
from that.
Okay,
We have a list of all the items that's being put on it also.
yes,
So that's within the minutes period, so.
yeah, and it's all state regulated, so.
Okay, so,
I'll support that motion.
okay, moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, we're spending money, let's have a roll call, please.
Cooper,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
who did I say? Wallach,
Yes.
Ballard,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
and Cronin.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion carried. Thank you, Sherry.
Mhm.
Next is our presidential commission appointments. We also have a online request from Mr. Clark that he resigned from the Water Commission. And him and I have talked, and he is accepting the sewer commissioner's position. So at this time, I would like to have the acceptance, in other words, of the request of Mr. Clark.
Mr. President, I'll move that we accept the resignation of Stephen Clark from the Water Commission.
Moved,
A second?
supported by Cooper. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I didn't think we need any discussion on it.
Well, Steve's over there with a ball bat.
So, thanks, Steve. Now, next will be the appointment of Sam Velke to the Parks Commission for the Village of Armada. What is the council's wishes?
I'll move to appoint Sam Belkey as Park Commissioner for the Village of Armada.
I'll support.
Moved and supported. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. So the next is the appointment, in which I'm recommending also, is our sewer commissioner, Mr. Stephen Clark. What is the council's wishes?
Mr. President, I'll resolve to appoint Stephen Clark as sewer commissioner for the Village of Armada.
I'll second it.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is the water appointment, and my recommendation is Mr. Michael Shaw as water commissioner for the Village of Armada. What is the council's wishes?
I'll make a motion to appoint Mike or Michael, whichever one.
Whichever
Shaw.
Mike's
is fine.
Mike, okay, Mike Shaw as Water Commissioner for the Village of Armada.
Support.
Supported by Clark.
You want to keep both, Steve? You don't have enough to do. Keep
Any
both.
further discussion? If not, all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. At this time now, we will go to set the tax millage rate for the village. Treasurer Garrett, your item?
This, well, this will be the resolution to adopt the 2015 tax millage rate, and it's the same form, same of everything of every year. So if you want to just read the operating fund and municipal fund resolutions to set those.
This one.
They are, we did not have a truth and taxation meeting because we set our proposed millage at the budget workshop and the budget hearing. And we are using the Headley rollback, which the factor is 1 this year, so it makes the millage rate stay exactly the same instead of a reduction. Also, give me a motion on the general operating fund.
Mr. President.
Okay.
I so move that the millage rate be levied by the treasurer for the tax year 2015 for operating the general fund be levied at a reduced rate of 9.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's my mistake right there, that should be 1.0000.
4 zeros.
Oh, no, wait.
3 zeros.
No, I'm sorry, I was right in the first place, yep, that's the
That says
millage
that.
rate.
9.456.
9 point,
I stretch mine out.
9.456.
9.4560,
At the reduced rate of 9.4560, correct?
yes,
Mills in compliance with the Headley 2015 reduction factor of 1.0000, section NCL 21134D.
that's NCI.
NCI, I'm sorry, NCI.
I'll second.
Moved and supported. Discussion? If not, all in favor?
No roll call.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
Yeah,
It's
roll
fine.
call.
Ballard,
Yes.
Cooper,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Wallach.
Yes. Motion carried. Now, this will be the municipal street fund.
I so move that the millage rate be levied by the treasurer for tax year 2015 for operating the municipal street fund be levied at the reduced rate of 3.7822 mils in compliance with the Headley 2015 reduction factor of
No,
0.996.
there's the one thing, that's 0.
What is it, Joe?
It's 1.0000.
3 zeros.
Okay, with the
4
Headley,
zeros.
4 0.
with the Headley 2015 reduction factor of 1.0000, section MCI 211.34D.
Support.
Moved and supported.
Is that you, Lon?
Yep.
Yes.
Question. Joe, there's only 1 mil for municipal streets?
No, that's the reduction factor. From Headley.
Over here you got, but everything's add up. Your total village is 13.23.
Yeah,
Now that would be with that 37822.
yes.
In other words, you're
I thought you
talking.
were setting the millage.
No, it's
Like you set the 9.4 mils.
Right, and you did, you set the rate at 3.7822.
Okay, so in other words, with
He changed it to 1 point.
Yeah.
No, he changed the reduction factor from 9 point,
Oh,
the reduction
All
factor.
right,
Just
I
the
heard
one.
that wrong. too.
9963.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the rate then?
3.7.
3.7822,
Okay.
and the Headley is 1.0000.
Okay.
Which 1 times 1 is 1, there is no actual reduction,
Right.
but it's still called a reduction fraction.
So in other words, actually, you're not
Staying the
saying,
same.
you're not saying the fact is that we have a 3.7822, and it was like 4 .7822?
No, it was
It's still, okay, yeah, okay.
3.7822.
Just so everybody
Stays the
understands.
same.
One time, many number is the same.
All right, good, very good. So everybody understands, that's my only question.
Yep.
All right, so moved and supported in discussion, and, well, let's go roll call again.
Cooper?
Yes.
Ballard?
Yes.
Belkey? Yes. Clark?
Yes.
Shaw?
Yes.
Cronin?
Yes.
Bullock?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, we also have to, in fact, we have the L4029, which is the state reporting form that we have to send in. So you need to authorize Michelle and President Wolak to sign that so that I get that in.
We need to make that a motion.
Yes.
I thought we did all the ones that needed to be signed as
Is one motion, yeah, you can do that even if you want. And in your package, you do not have copies of the warrants, because I just printed them. But they are the exact same warrants that you print every year, which gives the assessor supervisor's warrant for the Village of Armada's personal property tax roll, the real property tax roll, and the DDA tax roll, which is still in a negative capture, so there will be none actually collected on the DDA roll, but the roll is there, so you have to have that warrant. And it just gives the supervisor gives the treasurer authority to collect those taxes, is what that warrant says. I don't know if anybody's ever read them over the years, but that's what it does say.
So if you're gonna make a flat out motion, to authorize the clerk and president to sign, what would you like to call it?
All warrants and forms related to the 2015 tax roll.
I'll make that motion. Would you read back what I said?
2015.
I'll make that motion,
tax
I
roll.
heard it.
All right, to authorize the clerk and president to sign all warrants and forms related to the 2015 tax roll.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
right.
I think that's the way I said it.
Yeah, well, you said treasurer too.
You want treasurer in there
No,
too?
Yeah, because there are some
Of
forms
course,
that I
it's
signed.
Clerk, president, and treasurer.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We have a motion. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Clark. Any further discussion?
I would just have a quick question. Under columns 9 and 10, there are no decimal in there. Does that matter in the total? We carry it down to the bottom.
Oh, your total.
Does that matter?
No, but I'll stick them in.
Alright.
Because that's actually not part of their
I like
law.
the-
I put that in. I
the-
usually
that's
plow it
all.
out so it's not.
Yeah, I just want to make
showing.
sure that we don't get $1 million tax bills. That would be good.
No, usually I plow that
I'll
out so they
send
don't
mine
see it.
today.
It's not on there.
We're all set on that?
You just gotta call.
Yeah, okay, roll call, please.
Yeah, you're also, you can just vote.
Joe said you don't need to go.
Well, okay, let's just go all in favor then.
There you go.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is the approval of the new FOIA policy and fee resolution.
Yeah.
This is the clerk's item. Clerk Hollis, please.
So the FOIA laws have changed and they go into effect July 1st. Our attorney's office down in Alt there has been working very diligently with the policy that we had passed last year to incorporate the new language and the new laws into it. And we spent 3 hours with him Friday going through it, Andrew and I, because Andrew does the FOIAs for the police department and I do them for the clerk's office. And this is just what we came up with, or what he came up with. In the beginning, what I gave you guys were these 3 pages are what changed. So it got incorporated in, if you want to read it, but we have to have it available on the website, we have to have it available to the
The
public.
changes or the whole policy?
The whole policy. And we, it affected our costs. We can't charge 10 cents a copy, we have to go down to 5, we have to double side everything. All of the wages that you can charge, which is always the person that's paid the least, that can do the job. And that's for the research. The redacting though will have to be based off of my pay because I'm the one that does. I'm pretty much the one that does, the only one that can do it. So you charge those in 15-minute increments, and you can't charge if it takes you 10 minutes because it has to You only can charge in 15-minute increments, so if it's under 15 minutes, there's no charge for that. It says a lot for making a lot of things available on your website, your minutes, your agendas, your zoning book. I mean, we connected the ordinance book and the zoning book. It says a lot for having that, because if it's available on the website, it's free to the public. So that's it's all the working up to this. But what we have now is a 28-page policy, which, it is what it is. We gotta cover it, so.
Some of the good things though is that it also allows you a little more time if something goes into your junk or spam folder.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
nice, because
yeah.
I think we ran into that before with something with the spam, and
You
now
have
it's.
you have to watch, and it also, I encourage the public when they do have a freedom of information request to state that this is a freedom of information request. We're obligated if they say copy or this or that or whatever. To me, it just makes it easier and cleaner if you call it a FOIA request. So, but it is what it is. The law is in effect on July 1st. We have to have the policy passed. So this is our end result.
I have another quick question. It says we have to have them double-sided. We don't have a copier that does that.
So
would
you have
we
to
have,
manually double-side them. Yes.
or would we go to somewhere, print it, and then we can charge them for that printing of it?
Only if you don't have the capability to do that. We do have the capability because you can just flip the papers and double-side them.
Okay.
Yeah. It's quite intensive. I mean, like I said, we spent 2.5, 3 hours there on Friday, and by the time we walked out, it's your brain hurt. So, but
Did you talk to Steve at the Web Center? Is he inputting all of this?
he's going to.
Is there any charges extra to do that?
I have no idea. Did not talk to him.
Okay, we need to find
I'm
out.
gonna send it over. I have a lot of stuff that has to go in.
So if somebody asks for something, it's 5 cents a,
Copy, double-sided copy.
so for this double-sided copy, that's a nickel. Plus the time of what your
Labor
time is.
costs, but your labor it's broken into 15-minute increments. So if it takes me half an hour to
Yeah.
locate something and to research something,
Yeah.
then it's chargeable. If it takes me 13 minutes to find it, it is not. The redacting, which there's very little redacting. I mean, the police have more of that than I do, and I don't do their FOIAs for obvious reasons. But the redacting, that too. If you work on it for 14 minutes, it's not billable.
Roughly how often have you been getting these requests?
Really not good. not very often, but the very labor-intensive one that we had last year, that was what prompted me to get a FOIA policy in order last year. This now has become a law. So I'm really glad that we did it last year, because if we would have had to start from scratch and square one, it would have been a lot more work.
Now, what are the requirements of the person who asks for the request? Do they have to be an American? Do they have to be from the state?
No,
Can they be
no, they just have to.
Can they be from Russia?
Must be a citizen?
Or are you from Russia, Dave?
I'm just saying.
You know what, Dave, I don't want to answer that right without looking at the law. Yeah, I'd rather know that for sure before I say it publicly. But it's meant for people to be able to get information on their government more in a more cost-effective way. I mean, there were places that were charging $1 a copy. We've never done that. We've always charged 10 cents. But even at 10 cents, you have to be able to prove in a court of law that your copier, it takes 10 cents to make a copy. It doesn't. I mean, you have to really, really examine things and go back. So we set it at 5 cents because we can argue that cost. So you have to make sure that your lawyers know, because they're the ones defending you.
5 cents.
The law does not say 5 cents.
That's
You
okay.
have to be able to defend it.
Okay.
And I've talked to several municipalities that have done the research. We did the research when we were looking at going to computers for the council people as opposed to making all these paper copies. It's still cheaper to do the paper copies than it is to do the computers. So I've done the research on it. Sterling Heights, I know because that was one of them that Don used as an example, and they have way more requests, and we do way more volume coming through, but they couldn't even justify it. So I think 5 cents is fair. You know, as long, I mean, mostly what people want are, you know, but there is there's something in here too for subscriptions. I mean, you can you know, pay up front and get the agendas every meeting if you want. You know, you just pay for it up front. We do need to work on a cost for like our zoning maps, things like that. We can charge a cost for those because we paid for those. They're color printed, and a lot of people come in and ask for them. Well, not a lot, but I know we do get those.
Probably more requests for that than anything.
Than anything, really. And we're charging, I think, $5, you know, for those. I think we can still do that. That's one of the things, and like the police, some of their things, they still will be able to charge outside of, I gotta get it all under my belt. This, like I said, this was Friday, so we went through everything, but my brain is full. So it's a lot. It's a lot. So, like I said, I think we did good by getting this in place last year, and I think it saved us money-wise because the attorney would have had to start from scratch had he not. So anyways, that's where we're at.
Okay, we have this explained to us by the clerk, and we have a motion prepared for us. What is the council pleasure, please?
I move to approve the Village of Armada Freedom of Information Act policy and to adapt the resolution establishing a fee schedule for processing requests for the public records under the Michigan Freedom of Information Act.
I'll second.
Been moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. We have no up and coming agenda items, do we?
Yes, we do. Scrap tire grant.
Right, Mr. Ballard, that's your item.
Yep, that's great for the upcoming agenda item. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And we're also going to put on there the project of East Main Street. And that's all I'm going to put on at this time.
You just want that East Main Street update?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd like to, since Jeff will be at the next meeting, I'd like his input on where he is with the salvage title agreement. He's out of town right now, but he did say, no, I gotta get with you guys, and he's working on it. Yeah, I figured I'll be at the next meeting, so we can just ask him for an update on that.
Actually, what did we call it, a no-compete clause? Alright,
What's that?
let's call that that.
Salvage tire grant.
Well, the no-compete clause, yeah.
Salvage title, non-compete clause.
And we have no citizens in the audience, or there be no citizen comments. At this time, is there any council comment?
I'm gonna let you make this, Sam. Joe and I always do
We always do it.
There's concert in the park on Wednesday. The band is Red Herring. They're high school kids. They're gonna knock your socks off. You should really show up. And they're Tim Cheek found them through whatever he books Eastport Blues Festival in Port Sanilac, and through that he found them. But one of the girls is from Rochester. They're a powerhouse. They're gonna be fun.
I would like to welcome Mike and Sam to the council board. Look forward to working with you guys. Welcome.
Well, this council has been very good, and I think it, is very worthy that we have worked together real well, and I'd like to see the continued progress that we have started. So, again, from my chair, welcome.
Did the other folks resign due to health issues, or they just didn't like humor?
They didn't like the president.
Still on camera.
We did invite, Sam and Mike both came to our meeting about Teat Street, just so they could get themselves a little acclimated with that project, so there's a lot going on, so there's a lot to get acclimated with.
And you guys were safe, you weren't on council, so there was no quorum.
Right, no quorum issue, nothing, but you could at least, just listen and see what the plan is.
Naturally, the president always had it. question that when he came in.
Right.
So, and of course, the clerk always has a rebuttal, like a
Always.
attorney.
Always.
You know, Mr. President, you always question that, you know. I said, I like to be legal 100%.
That's right.
Sure.
I've got one little thing. I've observed the last couple of days the road work and primarily the water line going in. Ed's been up there watching them. Ed's already saved us some money on it where they were gonna, if you looked at the water profile, it'd go along and it'd go up and
Yeah,
down and
down,
down. And he had them run things straight where at all possible. So we're saving money on those elbows that we don't need to be put in. And I think one manhole already that we don't have to put in. So we're saving money so far, but not to say that we get to the end of the line there. But they're progressing pretty good on things.
Well, that's a very notable item too, that our council has done very good over the years, and I can't reiterate enough on some of the stuff that we've done, and we did save money. And there have been a couple where we had really got stuck in just a few years ago, we all know that. So the thing is, we're looking forward to togetherness, and it shall happen.
I would like to remind the public too that if you do not live on that stretch of road, that road is closed.
Right.
So there's been a lot of traffic going down it. I know that the police are writing tickets. They are stopping people that are driving through that do not belong on that road. If you live on that road, and if you can take First Street over or Spencer over rather than driving through the whole construction zone, first of all, it's for your safety. It's for the integrity of the project we're doing. So if
And your vehicle down by Madison is horrible.
Well, and
so why would you go that way?
It's a construction zone, and even
It
when
is.
they're not working, it's a construction zone, and you might want to check with your insurance company, because I don't know if you're covered if something happens to your car on a road closed.
Well,
So if you don't have business down there, please try to avoid that.
on my way coming up to the meeting, I was walking and Jimmy's on duty and he pulled up, he drove me up here. I asked him about how things were going there. He goes, well, I stopped a guy on a motorcycle driving down the sidewalk.
Oh no!
Oh,
It's not the detour route.
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sidewalks are open, right?
They're open.
Yeah, but please
He didn't want to get
don't
his
drive
bike
on
muddy.
them. Yeah, please don't drive on them. It's for your own safety and for the project. We want this project to just keep moving along and not have any hiccups. So that's all I have to say.
Very good. So, did we hit community?
Yeah, we're done. Yep, we're down to adjournment now.
Well, there's no closed session tonight also, so it's fitting and proper for the adjournment motion.
7:48.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll support.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion?
Shaw.
If not, all in favor?
Aye.
We have to start learning the voice with our high school.
Well, I just know it's not.